everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to do a LumaFusion tutorial. Now this tutorial is aimed basically at people that haven't used LumaFusion before. So if you're experienced, this video may not be for you, but please feel free to watch it anyway. By the end of this video you will understand the basics of the user interface. You will be able to import videos, whether it be from a solid state hard drive, from the cloud, or from your photos album. You'll be able to add a text like this one at the bottom of the video, and you'll be able to add a subscribe button like this one. You will also be able to add music. You'll be able to cut and resize your video so it suits you and suits what you want to show on the screen. And you will also be able to upload your videos directly to YouTube, or perhaps onto a solid state hard drive or the cloud, or even to your photos folder. So let's get into its ribs, shall we? So the first thing we're going to do obviously is open up LumaFusion, and we're going to have a look at the user interface. To start off, we're going to look at the top left hand corner, and this section just here is where I store my files that I'm going to use in the video that I'm about to make. Now this, as you can see, it says photos and videos. This is for my photos folder, but my videos may not be on there and my photos may not be on there. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on the little flower at the top, and it gives me a selection here of other areas where I can import my photos and videos from. So I'm going to click on files, and it's going to open up, and I'm going to go to sample videos. So I can select anything out of here, and as you go along you'll see I start adding files into this section here. This section is where I do basic editing. So if I want to edit a file, I'll click on it and it will go into this section where I can edit it. And I've got a couple of controls along the bottom. That's my in point, and this one here is my out point. As you can see, it moves my out point along. The little white line in the middle is where I am on the timeline. Okay, so I know I'm not talking until I get to there, because the little blue line on the bottom is my audio. So I'm going to put my timeline there, click the in point, and then I'm going to press play, and I'm going to move it along. I'm going to scrub it along until I get to where I want to end, until I get to where I want to end the clip, and I'm going to hit the out point. Now what I need to do is get it onto this area here, which is my timeline. So I need to click the plus button and start a new project, and we're going to call the project Luma Tutorial for Facebook. Now I can change my frame rate. I like it at 30 frames a minute, 30 frames a second. 30 frames a minute will be very slow, but I can alter it to any of these frame rates here. But I'm going to leave it at 30, and I can also change the frame aspect from 16.9 to dozens and dozens and dozens of other ones. But I'm going to leave it at 16.9 because we're doing a YouTube video. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and that's opened my timeline. So now I want to get this bit of video from here into my timeline. There's two ways I can do it. I can either click, hold, and drag it down like that, and that will import it. Just give it a chance to render. There you go. So that's it there. Or if I hit that button, that takes me back. That deletes the last thing I did. Or I can hit this down button here, and that will import it directly for me. Now as you can see, that's a big long timeline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pinch, and I'm going to drag it in like that to make it a little bit more manageable. Manageable. So I'm going to make it a little bit more manageable. And as you can see, as I'm moving it along, it's moving this little line just here, up and down. Okay. Right, we've got several other controls around the timeline. So hit this first one, and that gives me the projects that I'm working on. Hit the next one, and that opens this little box here, which allows me to do several things. It means I can hide it so you can't see it. I can mute it so you can't hear it. And I can lock it so I can't change it. Okay, so hit this button here and I can alter the volume up and down, etc, etc. So it takes a lot of room up on your timeline, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close those back down. And I'm going to pick the next bit of video that I want, and my talking starts there, so I'm going to put my in point there. And it looks like I stopped talking there, so I'm going to put an end point there. Hit the down button, and that's going to drag it over for me. And there you go, that's already in. So if I play this now, you won't be able to hear it, but you see it'll go directly from one clip straight onto the next clip. There you go, like that. Right. The other thing I want to do now is I want to add that typewriting effect that you could see. So I need to go back to my photos, and I've got it saved on my photos. So I click on there, and if I press play, you'll see it working in this area here. Now there's two things I can do. I can put it at the front as like an introduction. So what happens is you get the introduction and then it goes on. Hang on a minute. So I play the introduction and then it goes straight from the introduction into the video. But I may not want to do that. I may want to do this. I place it on top of the video clip and I press play. Now I've got a problem here. Because the typewriting section is over the top of my video, you can't see anything. The background's not transparent. So I need to change that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double click, and that's going to fetch me into this section here. And I'm going to click on frame and fit. And then I'm going to click on blending. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the blending mode here from normal, and I'm going to change it to screen. And there, straight away, you can see that the typing comes over the top, like that. So we'll play it again. And the typing is over the top, so you can still see the video underneath. But, me being me, I don't want typewriting all over my handsome face. So what we're going to do is we're going to double click again. And we're going to go to size and position. So we're going to alter the size. And we're going to make it nice and small. And we're going to alter the position. So I'm going to bring it down and I'm going to move it over. So I'm going to put it there. If I want, obviously I can put it anywhere I like. I can put it up there, out the way, I can put it in the other corner, but I'm going to leave it there. I can also do this with my fingers by just dragging it with my fingers and put it wherever I want. So we're going to leave it there like that. And this is the effect that we get now. And as you see, the typewriting comes up in the bottom corner of the screen. You can still see it. It still gives you the information that you want. And I haven't got it all over my boat race. That's face for people that don't understand. Right. So that's that section done. Right, I've got a couple of other things that I want to do on the video. I want to put a subscribe button on. And the subscribe button works exactly the same as before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it and put it on top there. And once again, because it's not transparent, when it comes to the section where the subscribe button is, obviously you can't see the video underneath. So we're going to stop once again, double tap on the subscribe, and we're going to go to blending, and we're going to change the blend mode from normal to screen. And there you go, there's my subscribe button. So when we go back, there's my subscribe button coming up. Dead easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The other thing I might want to do is add a section where I can put my end screen. So I've got an end screen here already done, 20 seconds. Stick that on the end. So that when the video is finished playing, it comes up to this section here, and I can put my end screen in, and I can put my information I want in there, and I can put my subscribe bit in that bit there, all hunky-dory. Right, just a couple of other things I want to do now. I want to add a little bit of music, and I want to put a bit of music under the subscribe section. So if I go up to the top here, I go to story blocks and then music. And on here there's some free music that I can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this one over, and I'm going to have a listen to it and see if I decide to want to put it on. Yeah, that'll do me. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it down and put it underneath my end screen. And put them so they both end at the same time. And it's just downloading it now. So there we go. Now the only problem is when I get to the end, it ends abruptly. And I don't want that, so I'm going to double click on it. And I'm going to go to audio. And I'm going to move my timeline along. So I'm about there. And I'm going to click on this plus button here where it says volume. I'm going to move my timeline along to there. I'm going to click on another plus button, and I'm going to bring the audio down so it gets gradually quieter like that. So let's have a try. Listen to the end now. And there we are, it fades out nicely. So that ends today's video. I really hope you've liked it. I really hope you found it interesting. I would really love it if you give it a thumbs up, if you subscribed, if you shared it. Please ring that little dingy bell in the bottom corner somewhere, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye everybody.